Liverpool 1, Everton 0, FA Cup. Welcome back to KangBros TV. Everton, how are you going to go lose to our reserve team, bruv? There's some third team players in there. There's some kids in there, and that was your main team.
Come on now. Listen, Merseyside is going to stay red. But that is, listen, I don't want to get too caught up on this, because I know that from a Liverpool perspective, I think I speak for a lot of Liverpool, well, I don't know, I'd be interested to hear, but from my personal perspective, if Liverpool got beat today, I would have been disappointed, but I wouldn't have looked at it and thought, this is a travesty, I'm so gutted, I can't believe this has happened, yeah? But for Everton to lose today, to put your first team full strength side out at Anfield, you've got the whole Anfield Road end for your fans, give them something to cheer about. Put this game to bed, tuck this Liverpool side in and go through and actually compete in this tournament and you'd want to go and win it if you're Everton, right? Liverpool, I'm not saying that they're disrespecting this cup at all because I don't think that's the case, but with the amount of games and priorities and the opportunity that's in front of them, you would have thought today this was nailed on for Everton to win this game. But boy was I wrong.
Thing is, look, people are saying it's a complete disaster for Everton. I wouldn't say it's a complete disaster because the first half performance from them, it was pretty good. They should have scored.
It's not a complete disaster.
Because they should have scored, right?
It's not a complete disaster, but it's a fucking disaster. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them ones that's like, fuck. But it's not like, oh my God, season over.
No, because people are going for Everton saying that was a disaster performance. But I'm just saying the first half...
Second half was a shambles.
Second half was a shambles. I don't think they had a shot on goal. The first half, they had quite a few shots on goal. Thanks to Adrian, some good saves, not good saves, great saves. Some great saves from Adrian using his feet as well. So I think the first half they had their chances to score, but when I went into half time, 0-0, I was like, this suits Liverpool to the ground now because now you got the option to bring people on, but you didn't need to. The youngsters they did a great performance today. Like we had mixed opinions on Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones, mad goal, mad techers, and I think he already knew as soon as he hit it that was going in. So amazing goal. But we were actually digging him out throughout the whole game, thinking he's moving the ball too slow. So I want to know people's opinion on this because in our group, in our WhatsApp group and all this, it was mixed opinions. People are saying people are giving him man of the match. People are saying they had a great performance. For me, I don't see Curtis Jones. I don't see him at Liverpool doing bits in the future. That's my opinion. But great goal. And do people agree with us or disagree? That will be the question for us.
So from my personal perspective, I think. I'm not saying he wasn't great today by any stretch of the imagination, but he's a young guy. He's going to be 10. He's turning 19, I think they were saying, and he's just got man of the match, scoring the winning goal in the Merseyside derby. Now, at 18 years old, I know I wasn't doing anything near like that. So that's when you got to put it in perspective and realise what he's actually doing. So from that side of things, listen, madness. But from the other side of it, I think if you're looking at it purely from a Liverpool perspective and you're looking at the players in that position at the moment and stuff like that, I don't think he moves the ball quick enough. That's my personal opinion. Takes too much time, slows things down. You can learn that and you can get better as time goes on, but I just don't think he's really the sort of person that I look at and think, yeah, this is the guy that we got. If I look at Harvey Elliott, I think, woo, yes, this guy there's a future here. If I watch the fullback Williams, I look at him, I think, yes, I can see something. This guy's he can fit into the mold. If I look at him at Jones, I'm like, is he going to be the sort of person that will be on the bench and make cup games squads? That's about as far as I see it going. That's no disrespect to him, but I just think that's the level of competition he has in his position.
I was very impressed with Williams. You touched on Williams there.
Delivery,
delivery, confidence going forward, and defensively he was pretty good as well. So I think, like you said, he fits into the mould of what Liverpool are trying to do, and to have him as a backup, it's pretty good.
Centre half, the young centre half they brought back from Stuttgart.
Phillips.
I like him. I think there's a player in there. He needs work. I think there is obviously bits of his game that he could, but that's fine. That's the whole point of being away on loan. So good place to be. From Liverpool perspective, very, 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 very happy. Not lost another game at Anfield unbeaten. Always good to beat Everton. Happy days. Move on to the next round. Fantastic. From an Everton perspective, I'll be looking at that thinking, fucking hell.
Where did we go?
Yeah, like where? Fucking hell. Like that's what I'll be thinking. Because I'm looking, I don't think there's anybody apart from Gomez who was injured and Bernard who was on the bench who came on that I'm looking at thinking, there's no one else missing from that side. That's your full strength side. There's internationals in there. And they've been made to look Mickey Mouse. They've even tried to rough Liverpool up, and they couldn't do that. So, Lallana, it proves that he's a player. It proves that he's a very good player. Yeah. So there's going to be teams out there that he's going to suit very well. I almost think that's why Klopp said to him, listen, this is your shop window. Go and put yourself on display, and you'll get whatever move you want, right? But it shows that he's way better than the...
He was calm. He was absolutely chilling that game, literally, and he was just bossing in the middle. And he actually had a lot of energy about him, going in there, starting off some challenges. So
Unbelievable to see Ox back as well. Unbelievable to see Ox back.
After wearing on crutches. What about Minamino? Like Minamino, for me, like I just feel like he didn't have the service. So this is why I go back to even the midfield again. I just felt like he was running channels, he's doing a lot of pressing. He just wasn't receiving the ball. Yeah. And that's what I wanted to see him. Just 5-10 minutes with some of the players like the likes of Ox and some of the main team. It would have been great to see, but it's just good to see him. It was
interesting because when he was playing up top in the front three, I almost felt like he was like, I want to go in there.
Yeah,
that's my area.
See him falling.
Just to like give him the ball. Yeah. And when he got the ball in there, I think he's so used to having Haaland just boom, pin him, like get the ball to his feet, pin. So I think it's going to take a bit getting used to. It was almost a bit of a like, yes, Minamino starting, here we go. And I'm sitting like that.
But like you said, like naturally he was just getting drawn into the attacking midfield position. So I think that's where he'll find himself playing. But I think it was good to start him there because he could find himself playing anyway because of how he plays.
But what a goal to win it, and he deserves all the plaudits because you've got to have balls to even take that on, to hit it. It was like, you know, when in basketball when they have a 3-pointer and they throw it and they're stepping back knowing it's going to go straight in. He's hit it and he was stepping back thinking, yes, I know this is in. So fair play. And
like you said, nothing was actually on for him there. For him to find it, that he actually got himself into that space, into that gap, and made out nothing. So what a goal!
Surprises me to see that Brewster didn't start. I'm a bit surprised about that. I'm hearing
he's come back from injury though, right?
That's fine, but I'm hearing all these good things about Brewster. I'm hearing all these things about like he's this amazing talent, which I don't doubt. But I'll be honest, I haven't seen anything at the moment that will suggest to me that he's the real deal. That's not me being negative. I'm just being honest. From what I've seen,
we're realistic here.
Yeah, I'm looking at it and thinking, okay, I've heard all these great things. I haven't seen much of it. I know he's had a bad stretch of injuries, and I know there's talk about him going away on loan. Maybe that's going to what it takes. But at the moment, I'm seeing Harry Wilson on loan somewhere, and I'm thinking, for all the players that we've got around, Harry Wilson, you know, all these young players like Curtis Jones and the Harvey Elliott, they're probably thinking, well, fucking hell, we've got Grujic, who's apparently tearing it up in Germany, and we've got Harry Wilson on our doorstep doing bits in the Prem. So
well, that's the question though. Like you said about Curtis Jones, where does he fit in within those? You just mentioned Wilson, you just mentioned Grujic. Where does Curtis Jones fit amongst those? Do you know what I mean? So when I look at Wilson, I think player. So and you said about Brewster. If you look at Greenwood at Man United, finisher. Yeah. And you see those things.
He actually frightens me, you know that.
He's scary.
But the thing is, I'm disappointed to see Milner go off injured. That might mean that we actually have to do business. We need someone of that ilk, you know, sort of like a utility player. Because at the moment, we are getting barer and barer as the weeks go on.
Yeah, I mean, some of the viewers mentioned it in the comments about almost Klopp showing a bit of arrogance there in that position with left back, just to think that we could put Milner there. And I think this is in a way, it could be a blessing in disguise just to give you a bit of a nudge to say, look, let's get involved and get some cover there because we definitely need a short there. You talk about business and we talk about Everton. Ancelotti, he's going to need to now draw in some players.
I think this window is going to be a case of getting a couple that he knows, and I think there's a couple from. Listen, he'll be shrewd in the market. I've heard that Usmanov is thinking, you know, the ex-Arsenal guy that him and Mashiri were partners at Arsenal. They sold up, and now Mashiri's owning Everton, and he wants to get Usmanov involved, and they got P. So between them, I imagine that they are building for something. But I do think Ancelotti's going to have to use this window to buy some of the players that he wants to put his identity on that team. And the summer, there's going to be a lot of shifting of dead wood in that club.
Yeah. I believe so.
And
he has to.
Everton have the infrastructure to be a big club, and they genuinely do. The support, the location. It's a bit like Man City and Man United. If somebody comes in with big money, they can really take Everton to some next level because they're going to get a new stadium. The fan base is there. They're going to fill stadiums because they have got a lot of following. They've just been shit for a long time, and they've got a great manager.
Now they've got a great manager.
They've also got two owners, potentially another owner's coming in that's going to put money into the club. So this could be a good time for them, but there needs to be shift of deadwood and mindset change to say we're no longer happy with mediocrity. We need to kick on because otherwise they're going to be shit like that.
But it's like when we got Klopp though, you start to attract completely different players and of decent level. So I do believe that Ancelotti will attract some serious talent because of who he is.
But that club needs a mindset change. There needs to be that change of mindset to say, right, we are no longer this team happy with just between 6th and 12th.
And just average players.
Yeah, and has-beens.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah. Like, no offence, like, these are some good players, right? You saw Sigurdsson, you see Delph in there, and Walcott, the guy from Southampton who's Schneiderlin. These are players. These are good
Keane, Richarlison.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Bernard.
But they're not their league.
Digne, Barcelona players in there. I'm looking at them and thinking, Brazil international in there. I'm thinking to myself, what's his name? Iwobi as well. He won't play him. Why? So there's a lot of players in that squad. There needs to be a mindset change of like, I think it almost like these players look at it and think, you know what, I didn't cut it, or not didn't cut it, but things didn't work out for me at the big clubs, so I'm going to come here and just
that's what it always was.
Big dough, and I'm just going to chill. And if I have a good game, good. If we win, cool.
It's been like that for years.
If we lose, so what?
It's been like that for years at Everton. We even said it as fans from different clubs, saying, you know what team he'll suit? He'll suit Everton.
Because he ain't good, but he ain't shit.
Yeah,
he's shit, but he ain't shit.
He'll suit them, or like someone like a Bournemouth or something. That's what we used to say. So like you're totally right with that. You need to change the mindset. And you talk about Walcott. Fucking hell, was he shit today, bro? Seriously, he was awful. What is he doing there?
I remember. Yeah, I had a lot of friends of ours are Arsenal fans. They'd be like, nah, that's Theo. There's something there. There's something there. He's gonna do something. What?
It's done.
We're waiting.
It's done.
He's 31. He's 32 years old. Same shit.
It's a different hairstyle, bro.
That's
it.
Same shit, different hairstyle.
That's it, bro. But okay, let's wrap this up. Man of the match. Would you agree with it? Everyone say it was Curtis Jones?
I actually would say I thought it was Lallana. I thought Lallana was just brilliant for us today. Everything that he did was good. So him or Gomez. I thought Gomez was stepped up to the plate to show, listen, I'm not just a one-off. I'm the real deal. I don't mind it being Jones because he scored the winner. His moment was scored the banger. So I got no problems with it. But if I'm looking at the game, my man of the match would probably be Lallana.
I'll go Lallana as well. It's a tight one between Gomez and Lallana. So I'll give Lallana. He was good for the whole game.
But out of the young players, the right back.
Yeah,
for me was my standout player from the young guns.
I agree.
But they all got sixth form tomorrow, so but wrap this up.
So until the next game, don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and comment. Peace.